Hello, we're going to be reading the Sigh of Impermanence, also by Sisin. So it says here, composed due to the pressing of an oppressive ruler on the unwavering Sisin without further contemplation or doubt. I speak to all wise individuals and listen attentively to these words for truth-preserving life. The wise king of Dharma, the Buddha, manifests before us all. Since we have received the wisdom of the great sage, we must abandon attachment and worldly love. Resolutely devote yourself to the path of the true Dharma and diligently seek liberation from the vast ocean of samsara. I also address to those virtuous and fortunate beings who earnestly seek liberation. Strive diligently without wasting time and quickly free yourselves from the fear of birth and death. The world is not a permanent abode, and all dependencies are ultimately unreal, like a mirage in the desert. Foolish people chase after illusory things and lose themselves. Worldly wealth and honor, based on limited merit, are like clouds gathering over the peaks of mountains. They disperse quickly when blown by the wind. The impure fleshly body is not a lasting abode. It is subject to impermanence and destruction. It is a product of delusion in the realm of evil spirits. Although it has taken shape like a city in the desert, it conceals the luminosity of our true nature. Hunger fires of greed continuously bind and kill sentient beings, causing relentless suffering. Accumulated sins are like ropes, tightly binding and leading to the pit of endless rebirth. All possessions and treasures, including lands and estates, are impermanent. Do not wish to hold on to them, as they will ultimately be separated from you, even if you gain worldly fame and prosperity. Remember the impending sufferings of birth and death. Abandon pride and arrogance and focus on diligently attaining the path of nirvana. The physical body, created by skilled craftsmen, is ultimately empty and controlled by the demon king of illusion. It is subject to decay and destruction. It is the instrument for committing countless sins and causing harm to others. It is nourished by the suffering of other sentient beings and remains entangled in the cycle of birth and death. Know that everything in this world, all forms of existence, are impermanent and devoid of true existence. They are merely temporary abodes like guest houses. In the evening, people gather and stay together, but in the morning, they separate and return to their own lands. Spouses, family members, and wives are like creditors, the result of past transgressions. They are also enemies, thieves, and obstacles. Therefore, let your mind be inclined towards helping others and transferring merit to them. The fleshly body, resembling a tomb, is not different from an abyss without a bottom. Countless lives have been sacrificed to satisfy its insatiable appetite, and yet it remains immersed in the suffering of birth and death. Countless beings have suffered due to their attachment to sensual pleasures, accumulating sins and obscuring their luminous Buddha nature. Amidst the transitory nature of world existence, we must forsake all attachment and desires. We must earnestly strive for liberation, diligently practice generosity, observe ethical precepts, cultivate compassion, and develop wisdom. Let go of arrogance, pride, and all unwholesome actions, determined to take refuge in the true nature of freedom and liberation. While you still have the freedom to do so, abandon all attachments and desires. Recognize the imminent arrival of impermanence and regret not acting sooner. Reflect deeply on the impermanence of the world, realizing that there is nothing reliable to rely upon. Relatives, spouses, and friends, all will not accompany you when impermanence arrives. Only the rain-like karma of good and evil deeds accompanies you, following your Buddha nature wherever you go. All worldly glory and precious possessions must be abandoned when impermanence arrives. The wise understand this and prepare in advance, not being overtaken by the demon king in the cycle of birth and death. Those who forsake attachments and worldly pleasures are free from the 7 adversities and the 4 sufferings. They attain the true bliss of nirvana. Therefore, earnestly strive together to walk the right path and swiftly attain the pure land of nirvana. In this way, the constantly changing world and its sufferings will cease to be. This is the ultimate attainment known as everlasting bliss. And that's the Sigh of Impermanence by Sisin. If you have any questions regarding the Manichaean scriptures, if you wish to convert, or if you're simply interested in the Ekklesia of Light, feel free to contact us. May the Father bless you. Amen.